All right, we'll let that sit for a bit while we wait for people to file on in. Thanks to all the early birds. For joining me. All right. People are getting their notifications. We've got I'm Still G-Snap on Twitch. Bubs Abides on Twitch. Toby Noble on Facebook. Asdafar and Levartation on Kick. And of course, all of the regulars and the members and the Patreon supporters on YouTube today. Ranker 1138, Craig Euler, John DeGM Baradino, The Vivid Kiwi, Greg Hinojos, Rachel, Wyoming Homesteader, Craig Euler, Wade Speakerman, Sergeant Sarcasm, Andre 300. So good to see each and every one of you. So, we are going to be continuing with Order 13 today, a very peculiar game that we started last week, but a game that was compelling enough to try and continue today, especially since I think I could probably beat it pretty quickly. Though, I don't think we'll beat it today, and the reason for that is because today's episode is going to be a bit shorter. I am going out of town for spring break. Next week is going to be spring break. My kids have time off, and I am going on a much-needed vacation, a vacation that I haven't taken for many, 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 many years. So this will be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it, but it means that I won't be here next week. No Scotch and smoke rings next week. And no lore video next week either. So no Fallout London video, no Fallout 4 video next week. But of course, this weekend, since I've been working on it all week, I will have a video this weekend. But yeah, just bear that in mind. I'm out of town next week. No show, no lore videos next week. But then I'll be back and we'll return to our regularly scheduled programming. But because my weekend is pretty crammed full with things that I need to get done before I leave, I have got to end the broadcast a little early today because I need some sleep. So we're going to do the Q&A. We might do one or two missions for Order 13, depending on how I feel. And then I'm going to be ending the broadcast. So that's the plan for today. Alicia Wolf on Facebook says, "Hello, Ox. It's been a while since I've watched you live. Been pretty busy in the hospital with patients, but great to be back." Thank you, Alicia Wolf. I'm glad that you've been busy, though I hate the fact that it's because you've had a bunch of sick people. Hopefully they'll be feeling a lot better and your workload will decrease for you soon. But it's good to have you back on the program. And it's Levartation with the first super chat of the day on YouTube. It's been a while. Hope you and the fam are well. Thank you, Levartation. We're all doing very well. It's good to see you back in the chat. Scoopy Snoopy says, "Good morning. Yay, I made it live." You did indeed make it live. Thank you for stopping by. But we definitely have time for the full hour-long Q&A today. So if you've got questions, I've got answers. Do you have questions about the Fallout universe? Some burning thought that you would love to share, or some idea that you would love to bounce off of people? Well, you're in the right place. This is the community. Share your thoughts. Bounce those ideas off of us. And if you got a question, I'll do my best to answer. Fallout Tactics, Fallout 4, The Fallout Show, anything Fallout, let me know, and I'll do my best to help. Rachel says, "Evening, Ox, what type of vacation are you off to?" The vacation-y type. Are there types of vacations? I don't know. The good kind? It's not a cruise. Okay, okay. It's not a cruise. It's not a camping trip. It's just a sort of traditional hopping on a plane and traveling far away from here deal. That's kind of what it is. Coralie Gibson says, "I'm glad you're taking time for you and your fam." Thank you very much, Coralie Gibson. Ranker 1138 says, "Hey, Ox, do you know what part of your brain you use to make a sandwich?" Your subconscious. Your subconscious. Okay, I love it. First dad joke of the broadcast. Thank you so much. Oh, and before I forget, now that my kids are getting older and they're starting to understand what I do for a living, they both want me to tell you hello. Tell the viewers we said hi, they say. Okay, they said hi. I've told you. I've told you. So, kids, if you're watching the replay, I did it. I told them hi. All right. We're all good. Stephen Quinn says, Yowax, will you cover Resettle the Refugees? Excellent question. I'm so glad somebody brought it up. I have been trying. If you've got an idea on how I can get that to trigger, let me know. But I've been, like, I shot all of the footage for the full story of the Minutemen months ago. And I've been going through it, week by week by week as I produce every episode in the series. But every weekend, I'll log into Fallout 4 again and shoot a couple more hours of trying to get Resettle the Refugees to trigger. And I've done everything I can imagine to try and get it to trigger. It's post defeating the Institute. It's partnering. I'm using a game save where you're peaceful with the Brotherhood of Steel and where the railroad wasn't killed, but we sounded the alarm inside the Institute, which means that all of the scientists fled. They were able to leave. I was able to recruit guerrillas at all of my settlements, so I know that part of it worked, but no matter what I do, I can't get Resettle the Refugees to trigger. I made sure that I have all of the correct settlements still open. Croup Manor, for example, is still open. I haven't claimed it yet. But I've also noticed that I'm no longer getting quests from Preston Garvey or any quests from Radio Freedom. I thought maybe it's because my quest log was too full, so I went through all the quests in my quest log. I got them all out of there, and still nothing. I can't get Resettle the Refugees to trigger, and I don't know what to do. And the weird thing is, I know that quest is available, but I never got it to trigger in my original playthrough either. So I don't know if I'm just unlucky or if I'm doing something wrong. I'll definitely talk about it when I do my lore video on the epilogue to the full story of the Minutemen, but I can't get Resettle the Refugees to trigger, which means we're not going to be able to see any of the Institute scientists, survivors, get resettled at a settlement, which is a real bummer because it's kind of crucial and essential to the full story of the Minutemen. It's one of the things that sets them apart from every other faction, which is why I really wanted to be able to record that. But I can't. I can't get it to work. So, yeah. Interesting question, though. I'm glad you brought that up. Steel 101 says, Ox, I finally finished the Machata game. Jokes aside, Shadow of the Tomb Raider really is the weakest in the trilogy. Rise being the strongest. Paititi is boring. It is. It is boring. That's exactly what it is. And it's frustrating because it did start off strong. I was really enjoying the Tomb Raider reboot, so to speak, which is why I started a series on it. Well, it was a couple years now. But then we get to Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and it's just I got to the point where I just couldn't do it anymore. It was just so tedious and so boring, and I just didn't. And the story wasn't even interesting. I wasn't interested in the story either, so I decided to just drop it. And it's happened a couple of times here on the program with a few games that I just couldn't get into. But yeah, we managed to get through 2 of the 3 Tomb Raider games, but that third one just wasn't good enough. Alt Grendel says, hey, Ox, I was wondering if you thought modern game stories are getting too linear as far as story options go. Hope that makes sense. It does, and no. I don't think linear is necessarily a bad thing. Linear stories are they're perfectly good stories in their own right. Not every story has to be part of a free open world where you can assemble the story as you go along, right? There are places for that. Baldur's Gate 3, for example, is an excellent story that is highly customizable to the point where every time you play it, you're almost essentially going to get a unique experience, unless you've literally done everything already and you know exactly what you're doing, because there's just so much depth there and so much that you can uncover. Of course, Bethesda's Fallout games and Obsidian's Fallout games and Interplay's Fallout games are going to provide a unique experience almost each time as well, due to so much stuff that's hidden in the game. But that's just one way of telling a story. Linear stories are still valid in their own right, and there are plenty of quote quote-unquote walking simulators, for example, that we've been able to play on Steam that have been really intriguing, well thought out, good stories. And then plenty of other AAA games that were linear, but still really fun, like Wolfenstein Colossus, for example, was a lot of fun. I thoroughly enjoyed the Wolfenstein games, up until Youngblood. But I thoroughly enjoyed the stories of the Wolfenstein games. So yeah, it's just a different way of telling a story. Naughty Applejack says, I saw my GP doctor this week to see my hurting that's been for a month, and he pulled out a 3-inch sewing needle and 3 pebbles. I'm feeling better now. Good God. Where were they? I feel like this is only half the story, Naughty Applejack. You went to the doctor because you were in pain, and the doctor pulled out 3 pebbles and a 3-inch long sewing needle? Out of where? Your throat? Your foot? Like what? I feel like there's a lot that we're missing here. How did all of that get in there? Maybe you don't want to answer it. Maybe it's too sensitive of a question, and that's okay. You know what? We don't want to be approaching any of your boundaries. But I am curious as to where this needle was hiding for so long that you just had it removed. That's strange. I'm sorry, Naughty Applejack, that you had to go through that. Adam Brewer says, "Howdy, Ox. Glad I could catch a live stream. By any chance, will you play the game Atomfall? It's a lot of fun, and there's a lot of lore to find. Maybe at some point. I think I've had it recommended every single time I've gone live for the past several weeks, and we'll probably have it recommended numerous times throughout the remainder of this broadcast as well. But I really haven't had time to focus on anything else other than what I already have been spending my time on. Is the gain too loud? I think I'm clipping a little bit. Let me turn the volume down on that. Hold on. Check. Okay, I'm no longer going into the red. It's a game that I would love to explore when I actually have the time to do it, to do my due diligence with that game, to give it a fair shake. I feel like if I were to try and tackle it now, I wouldn't be able to enjoy it. I wouldn't be able to appreciate the kind of game that it is, because I just don't have that kind of time right now. So when that changes, I'll dive into the game. Vader89GG gifted 10 Oxhorn memberships to the community. Thank you so much, Vader89GG. And congratulations to Samurai Ravan, Pat Bordeaux, Def Gemma, Stephen Harth, EH, Frozen Toy, Wally U, Eduardo Gaeta, Clayton Butler, and Fresh New Start 6. Thanks again, Vader89GG. Michael Ewan says, I'm assuming we won't be seeing you play Schedule 1? The reviews on Steam are overwhelmingly positive. In the game, you can make your own cigars. You had me at make your own cigars. Though, I mean, making digital fake cigars isn't nearly as compelling as smoking real ones, but let's see. I don't remember. Has this one been recommended? I don't know if it's been recommended to me. I see. Okay, well, I'm instantly turned off by the art style, which I realize isn't fair, because it could still be a really good story and compelling gameplay. It's like they watched an episode of South Park and thought, man, I know that those are supposed to be purposefully bad graphics, but I think they're kind of cool. Let's make a game that looks like that. And kind of went all in. It's in early access. It says overwhelmingly positive reviews, so certainly it's worth looking into. Alt Grendel says, game recommendation, Karma the Dark World. I've had this recommended as well. It is already on my list. Very positive reviews. Released last March, so pretty new. Cool. Glad to have it back on the list. Shen Yang says, Yo Walks, good evening. I saw a video from Kai Kanat, who spent 7,000 robots. Will you consider buying it? It will walk your dogs like a Mr. Handy. Hold on, I saw a video from Kai Kanat, who spent $7,000 on robots? On a robot that'll walk your dog? Okay. No, I'm not going to buy a robot that could walk my dog. I mean, it sounds really fun, but $7,000 for a robot novelty when I could just walk my dog? No, I don't. I think it's okay. I'll be all right. I mean, if it actually hovered and looked like a Mr. Handy and had a robot butler voice, then yeah, it would be worth it. But if all it does is walk your dog, I think I'm okay. Steel 101 says, yeah, the Institute Scientist Refugee bug happened to me. I was able to get the Institute Survivor quest in a different file, but I couldn't get it again. Well, I mean, on one hand, I'm glad to know that it's not just me, but on the other hand, I'm sad to hear that other people are dealing with the same bug, because I feel like it's such an important quest for the Minutemen to go through after taking the time to make sure everybody survives the Institute. So I'm really bummed that I didn't get that to trigger in my game, and I'm not going to be able to cover it. Vader89GG gifted 10 more memberships to the... Or no, 5... Wait, 10, yeah, another 10 more memberships to the community. Wow, thank you for the generosity, and congratulations... to Vader89GG, who gifted himself a membership, Steel 101, Mild Mexican, Beth, Rody33, Random Musings, Proto, Anthony A, Angry Kitty, Colonel Crypto. Thanks again, Vader89GG. And then right on the tail of that, Greg Hinojos gifted 5 Oxhorn memberships. Congratulations to all, including Verip, Lawrence Corner, Django Mango, the voiced protagonist, and Alice Holmes. Thanks again, Greg. Greg says Schedule 1 is a demonetization streaming game. Oh, is it? Oh. Well, it didn't look compelling to me. It didn't look like the kind of game I really wanted to play, but it's got great reviews, so I wonder what it's all about. Gianna says, hey, Ox fam, how is everyone doing? I'm doing very well. It's good to see you, Gianna. NBS Kevin on Twitch says, can we get more Fallout lore videos? I really enjoy them at night. I really enjoy them at night. I mean, yeah, how many more do you want? Write down your order and send it my way. I'll do my best to fulfill that. I publish 2 Fallout videos every single week. Not quite as many as I used to back in the day, but it's still a lot. It's still a lot. Fresh, new content every single week. So, I've been doing that for almost 10 years now. Many more videos to come. Ryan Jackson says, Ox, today is my 35th birthday, April 11th. I've been watching your channel for I think over 10 years now. Huge fan of your bajillion Fallout lore videos and these Thursday night streams. Thank you very much, Ryan Jackson. Happy birthday to you. 35 years old. 35 years around the sun. That's amazing. $10 years of viewer. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Ryan Jackson. Samurai Ravan says, I recommend They Are Here, only in demo. All right, we'll add it to the list. They Are Here. What, aliens? Yeah, it looks like an alien abduction horror game. Cool, thank you for that one. Naughty Applejack says, he pulled out the sewing needle out of my foot as it had been there for a month. Sorry, my grammar is bad. I'm feeling a little tired from fighting 3 infections and healing 4 major wounds at the same time. I don't know. Is the sewing needle in the foot a major wound? I mean, clearly an awful wound. I can imagine that being very annoying. But is it a major wound? My question, where were the rocks? You said rocks as well? Where were those? It just sounds really awful, Naughty Applejack. I'm sorry that you had to deal with all of that. Amanda Peterson says, good evening, Oxen folks. Last Thursday, unemployed. Still waiting for the Cheez-It Fallout London shirt, and your gasp about ballistic cloth was classic. Yeah, can't believe that I'm just now discovering ballistic fiber at nearly level 50 in Fallout London. I think I'm level 47. I've done so much of the game, and I'm just now finding ballistic weave. Adam M says, train the robot to edit videos and walkies for doggo. Now that's a robot that I would buy. Levartation says, Ox, are you not drinking tonight? I am. It's just I'm also talking. You guys have a lot of wonderful questions, so I'm trying to make sure that I'm getting everything. And I sadly can't talk and drink at the same time. We could try. It's hard. It doesn't work very well. I'll take more pauses to drink. Greg Hinojo says, I hope you enjoy your well-deserved vacation with your family. Thank you for all of the amazing streams and content. Thank you, Greg. Looking forward to it. Toby Noble on Facebook says, what do you think it was like back in 1938? And everyone thought the War of the Worlds radio show was a real news broadcast, lol. Thing is, I read recently that that's not actually true. That the mass hysteria that we all heard about when hearing that story didn't actually happen. So I think we've all been hoodwinked there. Alt Grendel says, I found out that the company that made yardsticks won't make them any longer. Won't make them any longer. Yardsticks. Thank you very much, Alt Grendel. Wandering Paladin says, hey, Ox, Schedule 1 is closer to Breaking Bad. You make drugs, get people addicted, dodge cops, buy businesses to launder money. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I can see why that would be a fun game to play, but it doesn't really seem like something I would be interested in. Steel 101 says, why is Peter Pan always flying? He never lands. I like this joke because it never grows old. Okay, now I want to watch Robin Williams' Hook. Bangarang! Yeah, Robin Williams' Hook was very well done. Ranker 1138 says, did you ever get the Mega Bloks Red Rocket set? No, I never did. I guess I forgot about it. Maybe I'll get it someday. Naughty Applejack says, the Pebbles was from the foot too. With the sewing needle, and no, I didn't even feel it. The area is very black and blue as it's on the bottom of my foot. Ah, it sounds horrible. Wait a minute. How did you get pebbles? A month? A 3-inch long sewing needle. A month? Naughty Applejack. It's black and blue. I don't understand. I don't understand how it took that long. How it took that long for you to get that taken care of, my friend. I mean, I realize that American healthcare is atrocious, but a month for a 3-inch long needle and rocks out of a black and blue foot? I mean, how? Did you fall like 30 feet heel first into a gravel driveway filled with knitters? That's awful. I'm sorry to hear, my friend. I hope that you have a quick and swift recovery. Greg Williams says, hey, Ox, coming to you live from a gas station, waiting to see if a Lucas Oil stabilizer is a good quick fix. I'll text more later. Be safe, all. Thank you, Greg. I have no idea what you said there, but I hope it works out for you. I hope it works out. Chloe Big says, that happened to my grandmom. She had one in her foot for around a year and didn't know it. I mean, yeah, also equally horrible, but at least with an older person, you can kind of understand it because, you know, older people tend to be going numb in their extremities sometimes, and they've got lots of other diseases and complications like diabetes that could be making it difficult. But a younger person with a 3-inch long needle in their foot and rocks? I don't understand. Man. Scoopy Snoopy says, what me now? 9 months, mebber, almost a year. Oh, okay, hold on. I think, look at me. I've been a member for 9 months, almost a year. That's amazing, Scoopy Poopy. Thank you for being a member for 9 months. You're right, almost a year, just a couple more to go, and you get that year-long celebratory badge. Robert Wutifa on Twitch says, hello, Ox. Hope you're well. Before I forget, there's a game that you can add to your list for Scotch and smoke rings. It just came out. It's called Into the Dead of Our Darkest Days. Into the Dead, Our Darkest Days. I've been enjoying it so far. Into the Dead, Our Darkest Days. Okay. Oh my God. I hate how Steam store pages now have this live broadcasting thing that just pushes everything on the page down as soon as the page loads, so that you have to scroll down to turn off the auto-playing videos that are on the page. Into the Dead, Our Darkest Days, Texas, 1980. Walton City has fallen to a zombie outbreak. Lead a band of desperate survivors from refuge to refuge by scavenging, crafting, and fighting a relentless struggle for survival. All right. Yeah, I mean, I can see why this would be an enjoyable game. Don't know if it's really my style. Yeah, I don't know if it's really my style. But it looks interesting. Steel 101 says, I will never understand why some Fallout fans hate the 50s style of the franchise and the pop culture references. It's part of the charm of Fallout. Is that true, though? Are there some Fallout fans who hate the thing that makes Fallout Fallout? I don't get it. Like, how could you even be called a fan at that point? What are you a fan of? Like, the Atom Punk vibe of the franchise is what makes it Fallout. It's what makes it not Metro. or any other post-apocalyptic game. Yes, I love Fallout. I just hate the defining characteristic of it. What? Yeah, those aren't Fallout fans. Those are trolls, my friend. Cody Macon says, so my issue with linear games is no matter how you play or how clever you are, the outcome is the same. I want one live stream day added to the week. Smiley face. It could work. I hear you, but all you're telling me is that you prefer storytelling that is not linear. And that's perfectly fine. Like, everyone has their own personal preference. I think that a linear story is equally as good as a non-linear story. They're different and they're not necessarily competitive. And that's something that I think that Fallout fans and fans of Bethesda games kind of get in their head, is they think that linear and non-linear are competitive storytelling types of storytelling. When they're not, they're just different. They're different types of storytelling. They're both equally good, and they both have their own places in the gaming universe. And when it comes to types of narrative, there are some people who prefer linear games because they don't want to have to go and hunt down this and that to get the story. Imagine spending 50, 60, 70 hours playing a game thinking you got the story, but then you stumble upon some random YouTube video and realize that because you didn't look under this rock, you missed an entire other subplot, and it's too late now. You've advanced too far along in the storyline to ever go back to that point. So now the only way to actually get that story is to start over with a new character and play the game again. Might be pretty frustrating, right? And yet somebody else might think that that's really interesting and cool. It gives them a reason to play it again. So yeah, they're not competitive. They're just different. They cater to different to people who like different types of storytelling. Sarah says, always seem to work Scotch and Smoke Ring 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 a.m. Miss y'all. We miss you too, Sarah. Have a wonderful day at work. Clell Biggs says, do you prefer the Mirelurks from Fallout 3 in New Vegas or 4 and 76? I prefer the ones from 4 and 76. I think they look more realistic. I mean, the famous joke is that the Mirelurks from Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas looked kind of like a man in a suit, right? It just kind of looked like a man in a Mirelurk suit just walking along right like this. Whereas the Mirelurks from Fallout 4 and Fallout 76 actually look like mutated and evolved crabs, right? They don't look like a bipedal creature wearing a crab suit. They look like a crab creature with multiple little legs. So I just think that, yeah, it's a natural evolution of gaming as gaming technology has improved, and that the model is a lot better. Gianna says, I'm halfway through book 21 of my rating challenge. Almost 21 I've never read, and 26 that I have read. Congratulations, Gianna. That is an amazing feat. Keep going, my friend. Jared Shover on Facebook says, so sorry for being late to the stream, Ox. No worries, Jared. So good to see you. Chen Yang says, I found myself so irritated that the Brotherhood didn't use plasma and Exo 1 power armor after they defeated the Enclave. Yeah. I mean, I suppose one could say that they didn't get to scavenge much from much intact technology from the ruins of Raven Rock and the mobile base crawler. Because if you think about it, how were those destroyed? How did the Brotherhood defeat the Enclave? They defeated the Enclave by, well, the Lone Wanderer convincing President Eden to initiate a self-destruct of Raven Rock, which destroyed Raven Rock and everyone inside. They defeated the Enclave by calling down an orbital missile strike on the space platform, which completely obliterated everything that was inside of it. So yes, they defeated the Enclave, but they also didn't get a lot of Enclave power armor that was still intact. And the same goes for plasma weaponry. Perhaps that's one way we can go about explaining it. OG1J says, where are the smoke rings, my dude? Again, like, I have only one mouth, and it's either talk or drink or blow smoke rings. I can't do all three at the same time. But this is Scotch and Smoke Rings. Here we go. And Scotch brew. I mean, did you miss the beginning of the program? I promise you the show is not clickbait. Because that's what the kids like to see. Oh, man, everybody putting scotch and smoke rings in their thumbnails because that's what drives the kids wild. Clickbaiting with smoke rings. Levartation says, I want to make a full-size Mr. Handy, but I have no real use for it. Unless it held my keys at the door and says, there's no fudge here, in Matt Berry's voice, or I'll have none of your hooliganism, in the Fallout 4 Mr. Handy's voice. I mean, if Mr. Handys were real, I definitely have a use for Mr. Handy. I mean, who doesn't need a robot butler? Get your house looking neat and tidy, walk the dog, maybe whip up some sugar bombs for breakfast in the morning, and make you a cup of coffee. I mean, yeah, that's the life. Living like it's 2077. Raven-haired lass on Twitch says, hello, Oxen chat, longtime fan, but first time catching a stream. Hope everyone is doing well. Hey there, raven-haired lass. Good to have the lurkers coming out of the darkness and into the light, joining us in the chat. Good to see you, my friend. Preston Garvey says, I'll definitely have a use for a Mrs. Handy. Why does the gender of a big floating ball robot matter? They literally have scissors on the ends of their hands, right? They're not meant for that. And even Fisto wasn't a Mr. Handy. Probably for good reason. Mr. Red says, I'll have the number 13 to go, please. Oh, wait. Sorry, Ox. Thought this was a drive-thru, not a game. My apologies. You're forgiven, Mr. Red. It's okay. It's okay. Shan't hold it against you. I don't like this new batch of cigars. The website I typically get my cigars from, they stopped doing their big box frenzies, and I would get exceptional deals on boxes of cigars by doing the frenzies, but they stopped that with their new website remodel. And so now, in order to get the quantity of cigars that I used to get, I got to go for cheaper sticks. And these are not high quality. I'm not enjoying these nearly as much. Yeah. Sarcastically on Twitch says, hello, Oxhorn. Grew up playing the Fallout games and watching your lore videos as well. Thank you for being a content creator who delivers every time. Well, thank you very much, sarcastically, for your kind words. Levartation on Kick says, I just mean a full-size prop, not a real Mr. Handy robot. That obviously would be great. I mean, yeah, a full-size prop. What would you do with a full-size prop of a Mr. Handy? Because it would take up an enormous amount of space. It's essentially a giant robot octopus with its limbs just like, where could you possibly put it? I don't know. That would be very tricky. The Vivid Kiwi says, looks like you keep getting tobacco specks on your lips. Yeah, another sign of a poor quality cigar. The best cigars are made out of hand-rolled leaves of tobacco. And you can't trust what you read online because when I purchased these, it said that they were hand-rolled from solid leaves of tobacco. But a telltale sign that that's a lie is when you cut into it and you get all of that confetti. It basically means that they've just got chopped up tobacco that they squished in there and kind of rolled it, which produces a really bad burn, which is what I'm experiencing. So, lesson learned. Preston Garvey says, I know what I would do with a robot octopus. Okay. And what's that? Let it free? Let it go explore the ocean? I can't imagine what else you would do with a robot octopus. What are you thinking about? I can't read your mind, Preston Garvey. You need to let me know. Steel 101 says, I grew up watching AMC with my mom and dad. John Wayne, Elvis, etc. AMC made me appreciate the 50s style of Fallout and the pop culture references. Well, I'm glad you did, Steel 101. It was certainly a unique moment in human time. Ah. Austin Ward says, hey, Ox, it's my 24th birthday today, about to graduate nursing school, and was wondering, what are your plans after Fallout 4? Congratulations, Austin Ward, on graduating nursing school. You know, I've been asked that question for nearly a decade. And my answer is always the same. What do you mean after Fallout 4? There is no after Fallout 4. Like, you can make videos about a game with this much depth forever because there are an infinite number of questions people will have about it, ideas people will have about it, theories people can have about it. There's always something that you can talk about, which is what I'm going to do until Fallout 5 comes out, and then we'll focus on that. Alt Grendel says, forewarned is forearmed, and forearmed is half an octopus. All right. Well done. Slatty Bartfast says, hey there, Ox. Did you know jokes about white sugar are rare? Jokes about brown sugar, dem are rarer. Jokes about white sugar are rare. Jokes about brown sugar, dem are rarer. Brown sugar, dem are rarer. I'm reading it exactly the way he's spelling it, too. Dem are rarer. I don't get it. I don't get it. Joel Bryson says, today is/was my boy's birthday. He turned 13 this year. Hey, happy birthday to Joel's son. Awesome. Samurai Revan says, I saw the Apple Store get robbed. I guess that makes me an eyewitness. Oh, all right, all right. What computer is a singer? Adele. What's the least spoken language? Sign language. All right, everybody is telling me that Demerara is a type of sugar. Demerara is a type of brown sugar. How am I supposed to know that? I'm not a chef. I didn't go to the brown sugar chef school. I didn't go to learning all the names of the escargots and the demerares. That one was too highbrow for me. Yeah, definitely not going to be a full episode today. We'll get through the Q&A, but I might only do 1 or 2 days in the warehouse. I need my sleep. Oh my God, I gotta stop. I you got to ask me questions to keep me talking. Otherwise, I'm just going to be yawning for the rest of today's broadcast. Preston Garvey says, you need a vacation. I'll mark it on your map. Thank you, Preston Garvey. Vader 89GG with a very generous super chat says two goldfish are in a fish tank. One turns to the other and asks, "Do you know how to drive this thing?" Because it's a fish tank. Do you know how to drive this thing? It's a fish tank. Yeah. The Vivid Kiwi says, Ox, would you date Holly the Ghoul, though? Probably. She seems like a hoot. She seems like she'd be a lot of fun. Ryder, the pulverizing Pegasus Wheeler, says, Evening, Ox. What are your thoughts on Enclave remnants trying to be good guys in the wasteland? I think it's okay. I think it makes perfect sense that there would be remnants of the Enclave who were part of the Enclave for patriotic reasons or because they were born into it, not necessarily because they were diehard believers in Enclave ideology. And so after the fall of the Enclave, they find themselves in this position where they don't have family ties to a fascist organization anymore, and they're trying to reinvent themselves and figure out who they are. So for Enclave remnants to try to right the wrongs of their past, yeah, I think that makes perfect sense. I think that can partially explain why Arcade Gannon felt so compelled to work with the followers of the Apocalypse during the events of Fallout New Vegas. Sergeant Sarcasm says, Hey, Ox, have you heard of a game called Cosmotier? It might be fun on your off time. Also, it has a cool Star Wars mod. Cosmotier. Oh, all right. Yeah, it might be something I would play in my off time. Looks like something I might enjoy. Thank you. Greg says, if you had to be stuck on a Ferris wheel with a bottle of scotch, a pack of cigars, or a Mr. Handy that was way too friendly, which would you pick? I mean, a Mr. Handy that was way too friendly. Because as amazing as a pack of cigars and a bottle of scotch would be, eventually they'll run out. But a nuclear-powered Mr. Handy that likes you? That will build you a shelter. That will build you a campfire. That will go hunting for you. Survival suddenly becomes a child's game. You've got a Mr. Handy that can never break down. It's combat ready. It can protect you. It can build you a shelter and create a campfire and cook for you. Yeah. So what if it's a little too friendly? Gets a little handsy with its scissors and its pincers. Small price to pay for survival. You know. DJ Evisceration says, for the Ox vacation, do you enjoy Middle Eastern / Greek food? Stuff like falafel, lamb, hummus, and so on? Not a lot. I like some of it. I do like falafels. I'm not terribly fond of lamb. I don't like yogurts. I don't like olives. So there's a lot about Mediterranean food that I'm not a big fan of. I like baklava. But yeah, that's about it. Or Robert Burr says, stop that yawning. Dance, monkey, dance. Love you, bud. Thank you, Robert Burr. I'll try to stop the yawning. That one was just for you. Steel 101 says, Hey, Ox, what are your favorite movies? Mine are Ben-Hur, Moby Dick with Gregory Peck, John Wayne, The Alamo, and Man of Steel, Superman 2013. I think I've said this on the program before, but I really enjoyed Children of Men when it came out. I liked Snatch a lot when it came out. My knowledge of film is really set in the early 2000s because I haven't watched many new films. I haven't seen a lot recently. So, but yeah, I really enjoyed Children of Men. Corvus Ravengrave on Twitch says, "Are you the same Oxhorn who posted the Rafflemow video on YouTube about a decade or so back?" More like 20 years back. That's 2 decades ago. In which case, is/was Oxhorn the name of your character on World of Warcraft Online? Yes. Back when we all played that World of Warcraft Online game, I did have a character named Oxhorn, and he was my main. I was on the Silverhand server. I was part of the Horde. I was a Tauren druid, and good times. Fond memories back in that old World of Warcraft Online. Oh, stop it. Greg, just says, also, one of your yawns made my dog and I yawn. Oh, man, I'm sorry. This is bad. This is bad for a late night stream. The broadcaster starts yawning, then the entire audience starts yawning, and it's a chain reaction. Then everybody wants to go to bed. Sorry, I'm trying to get over it. Ugh. Samurai Ravon says, here's a question for you, Ox. How the heck is the glowing sea still around when Chernobyl cleared up in less time? Well, I mean, Chernobyl didn't clear up. It's not completely clear yet. But the answer is, of course, magic. In order for the Fallout universe to work, we have to suspend our disbelief a little bit. We have to believe in nuclear radiation as being more of this magical ever poison, right? Than it is. Because that's the way it's treated in the Fallout universe. Like, nukes hit all over the world, everywhere at once, and nothing recovers. After hundreds of years, nothing recovers. And the only explanation for that is magic, right? It's just a magical kind of nuclear radiation that doesn't exist in the real universe. Clueless and Callie says, sounds like you need an espresso martini. At least then you can get more caffeine while you get your buzz on. I wouldn't say no to one at this point. I wouldn't say no. Greg says, made it back home safely, feeling pretty baller as a result. Can you do a $ smoke ring? And thanks for all you do. Oh, yeah, I could. A $? Haven't done one of those in a while. But since you said you're feeling baller, I suppose that means I have to. Amanda Peterson says, here's a movie recommendation, Kneecap. Awesome 2024 movie. Kneecap. All right, thank you. All right, here we go. $. Wow, there it was. Yeah, I know. You might think that it didn't look like one, but go back and watch the replay and then pause frame by frame. It's there for a brief moment. Keith Michael says the half-life of uranium-235 is approximately 703.8 million years. That's true. And one thing that was different about Hiroshima and Nagasaki is that they actually detonated the nuclear bombs above the ground. The bombs never actually touched ground. And the reason for that is because they wanted the full force of the nuclear blast, of the explosion, to do as much damage to the surface as possible. Because of that, it was a devastating bomb. It was really, really destructive. It leveled the entire city and it killed so many people. But also because of that, the bombs didn't embed themselves in the soil, permanently poisoning the ground, which is why Hiroshima and Nagasaki are both thriving cities to this day, right? They're mostly healed. There's little to no trace of radiation left in the cities. It was very different with Chernobyl in that it wasn't an above ground explosion, right? It was a meltdown in a site that contaminated the ground all around it. And Chernobyl hasn't been completely cleaned up. What's interesting about it is how nature has managed to mutate and evolve around it, with even some creatures being able to, walk around presumably unharmed. But it's still enormously deadly to humanity for us to be around Chernobyl. Alt Grendel says, time, Oxhorn. All right, time. Yeah, it's time. Thank you for the reminder. Okay. Well, let's see exactly how long I can last. 1 or 2 at the most. Okay, time to pick up where we left off. We're on day 8. Daily quota to reach 355. Did I read that correctly? Oh my God. Okay, I've got 385. I could upgrade my backpack. I could expand my rack. I could purchase the next basement certification with high value items. Oh, but we'd have to wait to the next day. No, I don't think we'll do that right now. Let's work on all of this. So I'm going to buy the expanded backpack. Okay, now I can carry 2 items. I've got 235 left. I'm going to leave at least 100 so that we can buy cat food later. But that leaves us with enough to buy some toys. We've got some good bang for a buck here. early on. A mouse toy. There we go. 215 left. Let's try a food bowl. Nice. And let's try, ooh, an automated food dispenser, 150. Yeah, but that only increases happiness by 100. So that's really, that one only increases by 60. So yeah, we get diminishing returns for these expensive ones. 80 for 80. We're getting exact matches. 50 for, okay, so the scratching pole, we get 5 more happiness than what we're paying for. All right. Let's try the scratching pole. Okay. Print order. All 3 are basement level. Goodness. L203. Oh, dear Lord. L203. E, no, that's F. F203. F102. Let's do the F section first. We can plow through that, I think. Here we go. C1D. C. F104. F203 and F102. There's F102. Oh, there he is. Come on, go away. Ah, he's right where I need to be. Doggone it. L203. L1. So that's going to be on the other side. L2. Wait, is he gone now? Where is he? Gosh, I can hear him. There he is. I need him to walk by. God. Ah! It's just hovering right around me. This is ridiculous. He's just hovering around me. Okay. F203. L2 03. Okay, that leaves one more. F203. JK G F203. Well, I got all three, but that was half of my cat's happiness. Holy cow. Oh my God. Okay. One. Oh, brilliant. Oh, yeah, he'll love that. Nice. Okay, one more run like that, and we do it. One more run like that, and we finish. Okay, B1. Okay, so they're all B1, basement 1, and then I1, D2, N1. They're not near each other. I1, D2, N1. Okay, what should I do about food? I should probably buy something. Is he right outside the door? Cheap cat food replenishes happiness by 50. Regular, 125. Quality, 175. Yeah, I mean, I saved 80. Let's do quality. Just in case. That should give us plenty of time. I mean, we only need 2 more, really. So getting all of these 3 is going to move us to the next day. Okay, I-102. Oh, come on. I won. Oh. Well, there he is. D202. Okay. Not bad. Where? Where is it? Where is that naked chicken nugget? There he is. Okay, well, if he's over there... Ah! Oh, the friggin' jump scares! Alright, let's go to I. We know where I is. I-02. Jeff. I-03. N104. N104. That's gonna be back over here. I think. Of course, he's right here. Go on, chicken leg, get out of here. There's N1. Go away. Oh no, my cat. N104. Go! Oh! Yeah. Whoops, I might have calculated wrong. I might have to go back. Oh my God, I'm 10 away. I'm 10 away. Oh. Well, I gotta heal him. I gotta heal him with more cat food, otherwise I'm not gonna be able to do this. I don't have enough for the good cat food, though. That's the thing. I might not be able to get all 3. Let's do the 50 cat food. That gives us 15 left, so we don't have enough money for any more food. K2, A2, J2. So they're all on that opposite side. At least they're all on the same side. K, A, and J. Thinking if I peek my head over there first, he spawns over there. Then I can go over here. K203. J 204. A 201. Well, now we're into B1. Oh, no, that's a G. Oh, I was looking at it wrong. A201. A202. So it's right over there on the opposite side. Where is he? There he is. What? What? Jeez. Okay, but now I gotta go back that way. Oh, I gotta go right there. coming, kitty. I'm coming, Santa. Come on. Whew. Honestly, based on the layout of the basement, I'm finding the basement easier to navigate, or at least easier to sneak my way through than the main factory floor over there. Yay! Whoops! Almost forgot the important bit. All right. Oh, I can go to bed now. Yay. Let's go to bed. Sleep. That's a lot of goodies. Daily quota 435. Oh, man, I should really unlock the basement as soon as I can, shouldn't I? Yeah, I should unlock basement too. That's going to give me higher value stuff, and my quota keeps going higher and higher. All right, I'll do that now. That leaves me with 290. I need at least 100 to get through, but as we saw in the last one, I actually needed like about 135 to get through. The 5-ticket rack, I don't think I need that. I mean, my backpack can only hold 3, so getting the 5-ticket rack is just going to give me more choices. But HR certification gives you access to HR. Oh, that's the next. Okay. So there's basement 1, basement 2, and HR. In terms of cat toys, what do I have left? I've only got, the automated food dispenser. That's the worst dollar for happiness. Because it's $150. Only increases happiness by 100. But everything above it was, you got a much bigger bonus to happiness. That's 60 for 60, 80 for 80, 150 for 100. So I've gotten all of the good stuff. Everything else are big ticket items. So I should really save my money. Oh. I2, E2, G2. So all on the same side. Which might make things easy. I2, E2, G2. Oop, almost forgot to pet the cat. Here we go. I'm gonna go over here to make him spawn far away from where we need to go. Oh, it didn't work this time. He's over there. It didn't work this time. Usually he spawns where I first enter the factory. But now he's way over there, where I need to go. Doggone it. Okay, he's moving over. I-2. G2. E2. 04. Okay, but where is he? Okay, but where is he? There he is. Oh, what is that? That is what I call record time. Whee! We just saved ourselves some cat happiness there. Whew. All right, look at that. Our cat is still mostly happy. Nice. Greg Williams says, my wife said she's leaving me because I'm too childish. I said, you're just being a stinky poo face again. I'm here all night. Play on, good sir. Thank you, Greg Williams. All right, so we got 180. That's nearly half. No, not quite half. Nearly a third of what we needed to complete this quota. So... yeah, we got to do this at least 2 more times. G101. L204. Oh, no. B201. All right, so two of them are close together. The other one is way on the other side. B201, L204, G101. Okay. Let's try B2 and L2 first. Okay, he's over there. That's good. L204. Okay. One down. Then we've got B201. B2. Oh, how do I get over there? B203. B201. Crap. Okay, G101. This might actually work out. He's come over here, so now I can... Oh, but that's blocked. G101. Ah! That's all the banging! Ah! Okay, and the cat is still at half-life. All right. So, we're at 3-5. We might be able to do it with one more. We might be able to do it in one more. A1. D2. Oh, no. H2. So it's a similar situation to last time. Half-life. Well, we managed to do 2 to get to that point. I think we could do 1 more at Half-Life. I think we can do it. All right, so I'm thinking, let's do D2 and H2 first. Then we'll do A1 last. All right. Raven Silence says you could always get the cheap cat food before you go. Vader says buy the cheap cat food. You guys really think I need? I've almost got 300 happiness left. You think I should? I think I could do it. I've done 2 runs. I only need to do 1 more run. And I haven't even gotten to halfway on his cat happiness. All right, all right. Well, let's make sure that we don't kill the cat. Or let's make sure we don't make the cat too sad. I'll buy the cheap one. Helped a little. Okay. H2. D2. I don't hear him. There he is. Okay, good. So let's go the other way. H2O1, 2, no, H2O3. Okay. D2O4. D2O4. A102. A1. 4. 3. 2. Okay, I'm at A102, but where is he? He's really loud. I got a head in a bag. I've got a severed head in a bag. Let's take the head in the bag. Go back to the kitty. Yeah! Presents! Yeah, we're totally gonna do it. Done. Yay! Oh, bedtime. Sleep. $5.25. Okay, well, I think I need to call it there. I need to go get some sleep. But before I go, I want to find out how you get to basement 2. Basement 2. How do you even get to basement 2? Oh, 1's in basement 1. I've got 2 in basement 2 and 1 in basement 1. How do I get to basement 2? Well, I really want to see it. There was this door over here. No, but that's a garage door. That's the exit. Okay. Is basement 2? I bet you get to basement 2 from basement 1, huh? Oh, yeah. Lower basement. Okay. G202. Of course. Ah! No! What? It's flooded! Oh my God. E104, J102. Well, there it is. E1. So it's going to be on the opposite side. I think, unless I go deeper in. Yeah, this is going to be E1. E104. Why is it so loud? Jeez. Oh, come on, man! Yeah! Keeps on going from side to side. J102. Oh, I can't get through there? Oh, come on. Okay, here we go. Okay, well that's basement 2. Now I gotta get through basement 1. Well, hey, dude. Yeah, he's right over there. Go away! Go away! My poor cat! Oh, if he catches sight of you, he actually walks off. Okay, that's a good strategy to remember. Oh, that was the first one. That was just the first one. I'd better be getting bank for this. Jeez. Okay, all right. Pretty good. So stuff for the from the lower basement is pretty good. No, that was bad. That must have been from the upper basement. Well, that kind of got me halfway through the day. But I went over halfway on my cat happiness. All right, I'm exhausted. I need to go. If I leave now, do I lose the day? Well, it doesn't say that. So it looks like I could continue. All right, everybody. I have a big day tomorrow. I've got to get some sleep. Thank you for joining me for Scotch and Smoke Rings. We got through a number of days here in the game, and we finally unlocked the second basement to discover exactly how horrible that's going to be. I'm going to let you go for now. I've got a lore video planned for the weekend. Don't worry, I got you covered. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then I'll have shorts scheduled to publish all next week while I'm out of town so that you've got something to watch. But until then, I guess I'll see you in 2 weeks for the next episode of Scotch and Smoke Rings. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.